What's going on, Packers fans? Aaron Nagler here, Cheesehead TV, coming to you from the Combine in Indianapolis in the Radio Row workroom. See people milling about. All around me are a bunch of different teams and stations that cover the teams. First time being in Radio Row here at the Combine, I got to say, the energy is a lot different than being in the workroom with a bunch of quiet writers. I'm loving it. We heard from Brian Gutekunst earlier this morning, first with a session with local reporters. He talked about 45 minutes there, then a shorter session at the podium that you can find on the Packers YouTube channel. But I did want to talk real quickly about something he mentioned in the local beat conversation regarding the quarterback position and the need and want to get back. These are his words, wanting to get back to drafting multiple quarterbacks. I think this is obviously something that he saw Ron Wolf do to great effect back in the early days, so to speak, the early 90s. The Matt Hasselbecks, the Aaron Brooks, the Mark Brunells of the world, and how they were able to not only cultivate a position and then obviously move along from those guys and get draft capital back to bolster other positions, but just the importance of the position itself and how it plays into the way you don't want to become a team like the Bears, for instance. You don't have to look very far, like down south a little bit there in Chicago, and how they're having to wrestle with this Justin Fields decision, or do they draft Caleb Williams or whoever. You're constantly searching for a quarterback. The Packers have not had to do that, obviously getting out ahead with the Jordan Love selection, but the Sean Clifford selection last year looks very promising. But if you take Goody at his word, it sounds like Clifford's going to have some competition this summer, and that's a good thing. Something that Gutekunst kept reiterating was the desire for competition in every room. And quarterback is no different. And yes, I hear you cynical people out there. Yes, that includes kicker. There will be competition for Anders Carlson. But I think being able to kind of state that publicly and just put it out there that, yeah, I want to keep drafting quarterbacks. I think that is a very, very good development. I think it's very smart. The position is way too important to neglect it the way that, let's be honest, the Packers kind of have at times over the course of the last 30 years, even though they've been so good when it comes to the starter, the franchise guy. You want to keep developing guys at that position. They are somewhat lottery tickets, and you want to hopefully either be able to turn them into something else draft capital wise, or maybe you develop a really good player at the position who is able to step in if something happens to your starters. So I'll have lots more later today. We'll be talking with Billy Schmid on the radio, and then I'll have Packers Daily at 5 o'clock Eastern, like I always do. But in the meantime, please hit like, hit subscribe, tell your friends, tell your family. Cheesehead TV, we are devoted to Green Bay Packers fans worldwide.